What's going on, everybody? And I hope you're enjoying your Thursday evening so far. NYG Jeffy T85 here, and we got some big news surrounding the New York Football Giants. And according to Adam Schefter of ESPN.com, the New York Giants have officially signed defensive tackle, second team All-Pro, and first-time Pro Bowler Dexter Lawrence to a 4-year, $90 million contract extension that will pay him up to $60 million guaranteed through those 4 years, and will keep him in blue for the next 4 years overall until he gets to his age 29 season. This is awesome. So well deserved for Dexter Lawrence. Dexter Lawrence is arguably the best player on this football team. He's arguably the heart and soul of this football team. And now you just got him locked up to a 4-year deal. And he's going to be part of this New York Giants defense for the next 4 seasons and beyond. I mean, Dexter Lawrence, what more can I say about him? He was named a captain of the team this past season after he was drafted out of the University of Clemson back in 2019 with the 17th pick. He was part of that inclusion of the trade that sent Odell Beckham Jr. and Olivier Vernon to the Cleveland Browns for, at that time, Kevin Zeitler, and they picked up this pick right here, gave him that extra first-round pick, and that's where they selected Dexter Lawrence in the draft. Got off to a little bit of a slow start to his career, but the past couple of seasons, Dexter Lawrence has been showing you glimpses of being one of, if not the best defensive tackle in the National Football League. And now he's getting paid like a top defensive tackle in the NFL. The fact that he just agreed to a 4-year, $90 million extension. And Dexter Lawrence was absolutely terrific during his season last year. Absolutely terrific. We know about the numbers. We know about what he did last year for the New York Football Giants. Last season, he had a fantastic season overall. 16 games, 7.5 sacks with 35 tackles overall and 2 forced fumbles. He was named a Pro Bowl alternate for the New York Giants, as well as he was named second team All-Pro in the NFL at just age 25 years old. He obviously has had 68 total tackles as well. 36 pressures on the season, 8 quarterback hurries overall. The dude had himself a fantastic season with the New York Giants, and he really is the central part of what Wink Martindale wants to do on this defense. And that's another player on this New York Football Giants team that is going to be here past his rookie season. One of the things that all Giants fans, including myself, complain about is not keeping your own. You re-sign Daniel Jones to a contract. You give Saquon Barkley the franchise tag. You bring back now Dexter Lawrence. You've re-signed a couple of your other picks. Darius Slayton is back on a 2-year deal. O'Shane Ximines is back on a 1-year deal. You're starting to see the Giants draft picks making their way and staying on the football team. This is how you build depth and continuity, and Dexter Lawrence is exactly the type of player that the Giants need to invest in long term, and he's only 25 years old. He doesn't turn 26 until the 12th of November this year. So you're going to be getting him essentially for pretty much into his late age 29, early 30 season. And defensive tackles don't normally start wearing down until at least their mid-30s. This is a brilliant deal. He's going to be paid the 3rd highest in terms of salary in the NFL at defensive tackle. I believe it's going to be behind Aaron Donald and Jeffrey Simmons. He's going to be making a little bit more than Daron Payne is over there in Washington. Dexter Lawrence absolutely deserves this. You're getting a player in the prime years of his career, had the most sacks last year for the Giants, had the most pressures among defensive tackles, had the most pressures among New York Giants pass rushers last year, and now you have him locked up on your defense for the next 4 seasons at least at a pretty decent contract overall. And it's going to be 4 years at $90 million, so give or take, that's around 25, like around a little less, like 23 and a half, 22 and a half, 23 million per season. That's a reasonable deal for a player of Dexter Lawrence's caliber. Great move by the New York Football Giants, locking in Dexter Lawrence to that 4-year, $90 million extension. We all knew this was happening. We all knew this was on the horizon. I predicted it would get done sometime a little bit before the draft. It actually happened a little bit later after the draft. And now you got one of your two big players, along with Daniel Jones, locked into a long-term deal for the next few years. Now you have to concentrate on maybe getting a deal done with Saquon Barkley. That's the other guy now. Now Joe Schoen can put all his eggs in the basket of trying to get a long-term deal done with Barkley. You already got Jones done for the next 4 years, 2 years guaranteed. You locked up Dexter Lawrence long-term. And then obviously now you have Saquon Barkley as one of your next priorities going forward. Giants have really made a purpose of trying to keep their own players on long-term deals that have a reasonable, that are still of young age. Andrew Thomas and Xavier McKinney are the next two going into next offseason. And unless these two absolutely fall off, I expect both of them to get an extension from the Giants as well next season. And then you're going to have the core of your team starting to get locked up long-term. Lawrence is locked up. Jones is locked up. Barkley could get locked up. McKinney could be next. Thomas will definitely get his long-term deal. So you're starting to see the long-term of this Giants foundation being put together heading into the future after 2023 season and beyond. And you're starting to see what you're going to be having as part of this Giants core heading into the next few years during this Joe Schoen and Brian Daboll regime going forward. Very happy about this deal. Dexter Lawrence absolutely 100% deserves this deal after what he did last year. He was a game wrecker for the Giants. He was a captain on the team. He's been a leader on this team. He's come into his own as one of the top defensive tackles in the NFL, and now he's going to get paid as a top defensive tackle in the NFL. Third highest paid DT, $90 million overall, $60 million guaranteed, 4-year deal. Dexter Lawrence, number 97, is going to be part of that Giants defense and Wink Martindale's defense for the next 4 seasons, and only 25 years old, and still more room for this kid to grow. Now that you got Kayvon Thibodeau next to him, you got Azeez Ojulari next to him, you got Leonard Williams as part of that defensive line, you also have Raheem Nunez-Roches and A'Shawn Robinson as depth, you got DJ Davidson coming back, and you also have Jordan Riley, who they drafted in the 7th round this past NFL draft. Giants core is coming together. It's a beautiful thing to see. We'll have to wait and see what's going to happen next for Big Blue. But either way, great job by Joe Schoen and Brian Daboll and Brandon Brown locking up one of Wink Martindale's, if not Wink Martindale's favorite player on this team, Dexter Lawrence, locked up to a 4-year, $90 million extension, which is going to pay him $60 million guaranteed overall, and is going to keep him as part of Big Blue for the next 4 to 5 seasons as one of the biggest members and core players of this New York Giants franchise heading into 2023 season and beyond. Hit that like button if you haven't already and give a sub to NYGJeffyT85. More news updates and chatter surrounding the New York Giants. Turn on the bell for notifications. The next video is short dropping on the channel surrounding the New York Giants. And Giants fans, let me know how you're feeling right now about Dexter Lawrence, Sexy Dexy, the big defensive tackle out of Clemson, getting his extension from the New York Giants. 4 years, $90 million, $60 million guaranteed, and he's now the 3rd highest paid defensive tackle in the National Football League as we get ready for offseason programming. And another one of Joe Schoen's checklists has been checked off the damn checkboard. Thank you very much, everybody. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Take it easy, and let's go New York Football Giants. As always, together blue, everyone.